Growing up isn't hard. Being an adult is. What's up, everyone? John Fox here with the pick of the week for Season 9, Episode 22. Growing up is hard to do. Incredibly valuable life lesson that is probably appropriate for fans who started watching since Season 1. Growing up isn't your age, it's your experience. I think this episode did a great job at setting up the conflict, letting it play out, and then coming to an appropriate conclusion. So much of growing up is making mistakes for yourself. How many of us can say that we never really listened to grown-ups until we made a mistake and realized they were right? This episode did a fantastic job at capturing that mindset while still treating the kids with respect to their intelligence. The CMCs felt very relatable. I remember thinking like they did as I was growing up. I was always the oldest in my family, so I thought for the longest time that held some kind of authority. I remember thinking that once I hit 18, I would be able to do whatever. It played out pretty much how the episode did. Beyond life lessons, there were some great character moments. The CMCs contrasting their personality with their physical age made for a lot of funny, if a little too real scenes. Also, Floofy is a totally adorable little ball of destruction. Why is that even allowed to be a pet in Equestria? And finally, that moment where Fluttershy and Twilight come in to save the day. No panic, no lecture, they're just so done with it like the jaded adults that they are. So obviously this week I had to draw the CMCs grown up. This week is all about character design. There were a lot of things to consider, and even some things that the show normally doesn't have to deal with. See, when humans go through puberty, they go through a lot more changes than just getting longer legs. I tried not to stray too far into the ecchi anime cliche. Most of my scene interpretations aren't actually too suggestive, I don't think, save for the occasional cleavage shot. But grown-up bodies means grown-up boobies. And here, I tried not to focus on that too much. I was considering putting them in tiny clothes, considering they were magically aged up, but it's magic, so I magically changed their clothing too. The emphasis is more on conveying their characters through their design. I went for a kind of what adults think kids are like these days kind of look, with a dash of modern fashion sense for all of them. Of course, preserving their individual personalities in their clothing choices. So, Apple Bloom is still wearing farm clothes, Sweetie Belle is still wearing pretty dresses, and Skidaloo still wears quote-unquote cool stuff. I don't remember if I've mentioned this before, but for me, clothing design always starts with their colors. I don't do the Equestria Girls thing where their skin color is their pony coat color. Instead, their clothes convey their pony coat colors. That puts an interesting limitation on design choices. A white dress is easy to design, but orange and yellow are pretty garish colors and rarely used in modern fashion design. Luckily, this is more of a fantasy setting, so certain conventions can be ignored for the sake of depicting the scene. Finally, since the shot is more focused on the girls, the background is left very simple and just there to bring color balance to the scene. That's it for now. Go make a wish on a magic flower. Watch HowToAdult on YouTube. Give some bad advice to some kids that are actually older than you. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll catch you all next week.